Today on Beyond Rodeo, we are going to show you some of our favorite guests through the years and some of our infamous segments, like Rodeo Road. Stay with us.
There's a place in all of us called Montana. It's a place both familiar and extraordinary. It's a place that's authentic, distinctive, American. It's a place where things don't always come easy, but once captured, endure. A place where great things are and beautiful things are made. Things of character, things of meaning. There's a place in all of us we call Montana.
In Season 3, we sent a camera out with steer wrestler Casey Jones. These are some of our favorites from Rodeo Road. This week we've caught up with Casey Jones and the guys at Nebraska's Big Rodeo in Burwell, Nebraska. Now, you can't always count on good weather. Sometimes a big rainstorm can make things pretty interesting in a rodeo arena.
(5-1) for Casey.
You can see the guys really do have a lot of fun when things get just a little bit muddy. You know, as a rookie, sometimes a shower isn't exactly what you thought it was going to be. You can see the guys here are giving Zach a good old cowboy shower. And until next time, safe travels, guys, out there on that Star Performance Hitch Rodeo Road.
There's a steer in here that Zach has trouble with. He drops his head, and he's really good if you just get up over him. And then there's a red steer that Clayton can't get down. And so we've been trading. So this is Zach's steer right now. And if he turns him loose, he has to go in there and either hula hoop on the wee board, or he has to sing the American Idol. So we'll see if Zach gets him down. But they've finally, the last time they run him, they went for like 3 days and couldn't throw him. Because Clayton can throw this steer.
This has made me do a lot of hula hoops right here.
Yeah, he's done a lot of hula hoops on this steer. He's really good if you get up over his head, but Zach's been letting his arms go out there, so if he lets him go, he's gonna have to hula hoop.
Well, it looks like Zach is in for some hula hooping. It looks like Clayton's gonna have to join in the fun also.
Good day. We just got done bulldogging in here when we had the videotape here, so.
I think I'm more nervous about hula hooping in front of everybody.
So we're gonna, here's what happens if you get the steers turned loose. Go Zach!
Go
You look like a big tough bulldogger now.
Yeah, Zach.
I bet you never thought you'd see such hula hooping talent from such big steer wrestlers. See, Clayton has just a bit different technique when it comes to the hula hoop.
Zach don't beat me.
Oh yeah, hurry up, Zach.
There it is. New high score. Oh, you heard about that one.
How about missing, Phil?
Go, Zach.
Such good.
Yeah, go, Zach. Hurry. You got to get over 250. On TV. Hurry, Zach. Slow it down. You got it.
Stay in your seats. When we come back, an NFR tribute to our rodeo bullfighters with Greg Rumor and Ted Kimsey. You don't want to miss it. Join me, Susie Dobbs, as I sing 10 of my favorite Christmas songs, like I'll Be Home for Christmas and Silent Night. And there's a special duet with my friend Dave Alexander. This album will bring you back to a simpler time, so take a trip with me back to the country for a country Christmas. Available now at BeyondRodeo.com, SusieDobbs.com, and DaveAlexander.com.
A six-time world champion bullfighter, this is Rob Smets.
The National Finals Rodeo. For 25 years, it has been here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
In 81 and 88, the world champion bullfighter won Miles Hare.
For as many years, these fearless men have been protecting our PRCA cowboy athletes.
It was all about Colorado when Sir Lancelot rode out of town with the crown. This is world champion Lance Britton.
They are our rodeo lifesavers. On this night, it was a tribute to all of the rodeo bullfighters that have ever entertained us with their talent.
In a row for the Wrangler bullfights. The 1990 world champion bullfighter. Let's hear it from Mr. Greg Rumor. And of course, every one of those men were defended by a guy in a barrel. And this guy did it more often than any other. 17-time Wrangler NFR bullfighting barrel man. How about it for Ted Kimsey?
For one last time in this arena, two of our most decorated bullfighters take one more bull, and it was just like it was 25 years ago.
See it again. Do y'all have one more bullfight in you? You've got one more in you? Come on, Las Vegas, you got one more in you? We can hear you! Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate what they gave this event, there's one other thing you need to know on this night. The man in the red is 50 years old. The man in the barrel is 58. Come on, what will you give them for this opening night?
Folks, let me tell you something. 25 years ago, you started bullfighting, right?
Yeah.
25 years ago.
25.
How long were you in it?
Every day that Greg was.
Greg Rumor, Ted Kimsey, let me tell you what, the opening was amazing today. And wow, tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Tell me, what was it like to be back in the arena?
Oh, you know, when I nodded my head, I really wasn't thinking about that, but at the end, when I sold it, it really brought back memories, and to I almost had tears in my eyes. That, you know,
The crowd was on their feet.
Yeah, it was a
On their feet.
standing ovation, and you know, to hug Ted. I mean,
it's pretty bad when two grown men hug in front of 17,000 people.
But it's sentiment. I mean, it meant something. You know, they're good enough to let us do it, and it worked out good, and it's meant something to me.
You weren't running around like a guy that was 50 years old.
Well, when Sean called, you know, Greg, remember when he does something, he's going to do it right. Things you control, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
When he called, I started working out. I had to blow the dust off the rowing machine and the little stationary bike and my skipping rope. And the old hill that I ran for 20 years is still there.
Oh my gosh.
And I started, and so I knew I'd be in the best shape I could. 3 weeks working out. I was good. I was pretty good.
You had your legs, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
you
I did. Lucky
you
I
kind of
did.
needed them, didn't you?
I really needed them. Yeah, he tested them.
You sure did. What'd it feel like getting hit in the barrel again?
It's been a while since I've been rooted around like that. Well, I guess since the Wrangler bullfights have been gone. Well, there was a few of those bulls kind of hung around with some of the stock contractors like Benny Butler. He kept turning them out, but it was a remembrance. I'll put it that way. I just kind of mine and Greg's salute to all the guys that ever did what we did tonight. We just happened to be the ones that got to go do it, but it was a tribute to all the clowns and bullfighters, barrelmen that's ever been.
You know what? They couldn't have picked two better guys to do it, and these guys are legends. And they proved it tonight, and what a run both of them had. And thank you guys so much for stopping to talk to us.
Thank you, and thanks for being part.
Don't go anywhere. One of our favorite places was Bishop, California, and the world-renowned Bishop Mule Days. We'll take you there when we come back.
Hi, this is Craig Morgan. As a former warrior, I know that coming home from war can be the beginning of another battle. Combat forges strength and courage, but courage doesn't end on the battlefield, and oftentimes the wounds that hurt the most aren't on the outside. War changes you and your loved ones. It's normal. Not Alone empowers warriors and families dealing with combat stress by providing training, education, counseling, and support. For more information, go to the Not Alone website, notalone.com. That's notalone.com.
Howdy, I'm Luke Perry. The sport of bull riding will forever have a special place in my heart. Today I'd like to share with you something else that means a great deal to me. Western Wishes honors and strives to lift the spirits of children and young adults facing adversity. Western Wishes helps these courageous kids' dreams come true by making them VIPs at country music concerts, rodeos, and championship bull riding events like this one. For more information on Western Wishes, go to www.westernwishes.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2010 Bishop Mule Days. I'm your Grand Marshal, Susie Dobbs, and Video Mike and I are going to be your tour guides on this great adventure. Now sit back, you don't want to miss a minute of this because it's all going to be great. Now Mike, wait a minute, we gotta go. We're missing the pack scramble, we got reining and cutting and jumping, and I gotta go shopping. Come on Mike, come on, we're gonna miss it, we're gonna miss it.
Every Memorial Day weekend since 1969, the town of Bishop comes alive with the annual presentation of Mule Days. The outfitters and packers of the region wanted an event to start off the packing season. What began as an informal gathering and a test of skills has grown into a fun-filled, world-class event. There's no way to actually describe Mule Days. It's part mule show, part test of skills, and part Wild West show. It's an event the likes of which you can't find anywhere else in the world. Over the 5 days of the event, there are 14 shows featuring over 700 mules with their trainers, riders, and packers. 30,000 fans converge on the Tri-County Fairgrounds to watch the events and visit the exhibitors. The 14 mule shows consist of Western, English, cattle working, gaited, coon jumping, racing, musical tires, packing, shoeing, team roping, and driving. There's just a little bit of everything. For most competitors, veteran announcers Bob Tallman and Bob Feist take the microphone to both educate and entertain the crowds. Mule people are determined to prove that anything a good horse can do, a mule can do better. From trail riding to show classes, mules can do it with all the grace that's unique to these amazing animals. Now folks, it wasn't too long ago on Beyond Rodeo that you saw these two ladies with me and we were talking about their group hands. I'm going to tell you, these two ladies are the funnest ladies to hang out with. And girls, if you want to find two better women to emulate, you can't find any better two than these two. Thanks for joining me today.
Our pleasure. We have fooled her.
Now you two ladies have been longtime friends. And the two fellas that kind of brought you guys together had a long lineage too.
True. We married older men. Well, she did. I can't say that I did, but Donna did, definitely.
Now, when you girls were rodeoing, you were traveling around and Clem was announcing the rodeos and Jim was in them. Tell me how it's different from way back then to now here at the college rodeo that we're at.
You took a blanket for your children to sit on at the side of the rodeo, the outside, and you took snacks for them because there really wasn't enough money to buy all of the things for them, and they learned to play, they learned to be quiet at the right time, and you loaded them up and you went home or to the next rodeo. And Sharon always had a book. She was an avid reader and still is. And a lot of books have I borrowed from this lady, and a lot have I learned from her.
Well, Donna, being this announcer's wife, she was always the better dressed one, and always, you know, a little bit cleaner and neater because we were just the rodeo, the cowboy people. She was always the one who looked classier, I'll put it that way.
Now tell me how your friendship has blossomed, because you two ladies, you know, when you walk into a room, I want to go hang out with you guys because you have an awful lot of fun.
We want you to. I think a lot of it, it's kind of like telling a person, if you have to tell them you're honest, you aren't. If you have to tell them that God is in your life and it doesn't show through, you aren't. And if you say, she's my friend, I want it to show that she's my friend, that you're my friend. And it's less words and more depth.
Well, Donna's always been such a busy person, and her whole life has been so full of so many different things, and she was always a very interesting person. So I always was very flattered that Donna took me as a close personal friend, and we just ended up being at the same place at the same time so many times and being involved in similar things that we were kind of thrown together. And then when Donna started the ladies' luncheon and called on some of her close friends to help her, then we were delighted to do that. But Donna has always been such a sweet person, and she's a leader. So she's one of those persons, when she asks you to do something, you don't tell her no. You know, you just...
She'll get after you, won't she? Both of your husbands have been so amazing to the rodeo and will live on and on and on and on. And you two carrying the torch, I am just honored to even be associated.
That's why we're going to keep showing up.
That's right.
We're going to be there.
We're good props. We proved it with them.
Chris Harris, thanks for joining us.
Yes, ma'am, Susie. Thanks for having me.
You know what? You've gone through a lot in your life. You really have. But you walk through these halls here at the National Finals Rodeo, and you've always got a smile on your face, and you're always willing to talk to people. And first of all, I want to congratulate you for making it back to the NFR, because you really had some bumps in the road, you know, and it's been a long road for you.
Yeah, Susie, I've taken some wrong turns in life that ended up slowing me down, you know, to say. But, you know, the nice thing is that, you know, I am a testament that you can fall down and you can get back up. You know, it doesn't matter what ails you or what it is, as long as you try to keep being strong and find faith, I think everything will work out just fine. You know, being, you know, I was addicted to methamphetamines, and I spent a lot of time, you know, caught up in a self-centered world, you know, and it doesn't have to be, you know, drugs, it can be gambling, it can be, you know, 1,000 different things. But, you know, the point is to And everybody's going to go through it. But the thing is once you recognize that you have weaknesses, okay, own up to them, and then move on.
You know, you have a family too, and they're quite a big support for you, aren't they?
Most definitely. My family is, one of the main reasons I was able to, turn my life around. First and foremost, of course, was God, and then to have a strong, home and family, made it that much easier. But, it comes down to it, because every person comes through this, whether it's you or it's me. There comes a point where you got to make a defining decision. You're either going to go the right way or the wrong way. Mm-hmm. Now, here's if you take that wrong trip like I did, you got a 1 in 10 chance of ever making it back. 1 in 10. And that's, the odds are against you. It's there's no reason to take that road. Take the winner's road. Take the high road, and just have faith in God and have faith in your surroundings and believe in yourself, because that's what it, once I really got addicted and really got into that world, I didn't believe anymore. I was a spiritually bankrupt person that didn't care about others, didn't care about myself, and didn't believe that good things were able to happen. And it took sitting in a 6x6 cell in Huntsville, Texas one afternoon, and I had a guard. He kept walking by, and he said, "You Chris Harris?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And I proceeded to tell him how the whole world had done me wrong. And he comes back 2 days later, and he hands me a little daily scripture. And the first page I flipped to is a picture of Todd Pierce and his son holding a lamb. Now, Todd Pierce is a PBR preacher, does a lot with those guys there. And me and him fought about 2 years earlier. About 2 years earlier, fist fought, and he said, God will take this away from you. I remember screaming up, looking at heaven, well, where's God now? It just ain't happening. And for me to open that book and to see that picture of him and his son holding that lamb, my heart, it just fell out. I'm sitting in the cell, I'm sitting on the bunk, and I go to crying, and I put my hands in between my legs, and then all of a sudden it happened. It wasn't like, you go, well, you give up because you're in Huntsville, Texas, you've hit rock bottom, you got no family, no friends around, they got you maximum security lockdown where you cannot leave a cell, you're a threat to society. And then the realization comes in, and then all of a sudden I felt a warm feeling just start from the back of my shoulders and it eased through my body. And I remember for the first time in a long time, I asked God, I said, God, will you help me? Will you come back into my life? I've wronged you. I did things wrong, and I need you. And that was it. It wasn't some big drawled out deal. And then all of a sudden it was like the weight was lifted off my back, and then I got to start living again. Yeah. And the thing is be your own scene. Be your own leader. When you come in, have your own routine. When you get done winning, what do? You celebrate. But you celebrate by throwing your hands up in the air and woeing the crowd. Don't worry about the other stuff. That other stuff, it doesn't last in the long run.
One of my favorite segments was What's in Your Barn, where we showcased must-haves. And from a young age, my daughter Taya has been a very big part of it.
So we have Taya here, and she is dressed in her little retro cowgirl outfit, and it even matches my shirt. Yeah, it sure does. They make the coolest things. That from the boots to the shirts to the hats, anything that you want to dress your little cowgirl or cowboy in. They've got blankets, they've got sleeping bags, they've got little Wranglers, they have boots and Western wear, they even have bibs and books and toys. They have everything your heart's desire for that little buckaroo. Now folks, make sure that you visit smallinthesaddle.com, or you can get to them through beyondrodeo.com.
And Miss Taya Ray Dobbs is going to show you one of their wonderful outfits. Wouldn't your little cowgirl look great in this for Christmas? Can you do a little twirl for everybody and show them your whole thing? These are great. Boy, she sure has grown up. Thanks for taking this trip down memory lane with us, folks. We'll see you next week, right here on RFD-TV.